Welcome to all. Today I would like to tell about how to carry out two-way classification of ANOVA in MS Excel. So just we looking at the various steps involved in to carry out the two-way ANOVA in MS Excel. So the first you enter the data, which data you want to classify by using two-way classification of ANOVA. The second step is select data option in menu bar. So this is the menu bar, you have to select data. So this is the data option. Whenever you click data, then you are getting at the right corner, top of the right corner, data analysis tool pack, data analysis. If you are clicking data analysis, then another pop-up box is appear. There you have to select ANOVA two-factor without replication. So next you have to select getting another pop-up box. There you have to select the data area, which data you want to analyze, and the labels. If you are giving the labels row wise or the column wise, by default it is giving taking 5% level of significance. Then you have to give the output area where you want to getting the output. Then click OK. In one click you will get the ANOVA table. So let us see with example, right? So this is my example. If you observe this, there are 10 service stations are there. There are 10 service stations are there and 5 raters are there, right? So each rater has given some ranks or the some points to each service station. Suppose if you observe, rater A has given for the 5th service station 65 points, rater D for 5th service station 67 points. Suppose rater B for the 2nd service station 65 points, right? So this is the data. So now I would like to know the variation between the raters as well as between the service stations, which clearly tells us the variation. You have to know the variation in two ways. One is row wise, that is nothing but the raters. Another one is column wise, that is nothing but service stations. So you simply know that you select two-way classification of ANOVA tool, right? Let us see how to carry out two-way classification of ANOVA for this example, right? So here I have to follow the procedure. First I select data in the menu bar. If you observe, so many options are there. In the right hand side corner, top corner, data analysis. If you click data analysis, one pop-up box is appear. If you observe this pop-up box containing all statistical tools, some of the statistical tools. So here I would like to select ANOVA two-factor without replication. So okay. Then another pop-up box is appear here asking input range. So that is nothing but your data range, right? So I would like to select what my data range is. So there are 10 service stations are there. So 5 raters are there. If you observe, the columns are indicating as labels of service stations, different service stations first, and the first row indicating as different service stations, and the first column indicating as the raters. So I select the first column as well as the first row. That's why ITK label, right? Then alpha, what level you want to test, 5%, 1% or 10%. I would like to here taken 5%. Then it is asking output range. Output range means where you want to output. Just I need here only, that's why I select this one. Then click OK, right? So for getting better visibility, I change my font and bold, right? So now we looking at the table, analysis table. So this is nothing but, if you observe summary table, this is the count, this is the sum, this is the average, the another one is variance, another one is variance. So count, so you know that the first row indicating as first rater A. So how many observations? 10 observations. There is some average and variance, right? Similarly, service stations summary table also given. There are 10 service stations are there. Each service station has 5 observations, their sum, their average, and this is the variance, right? So our objective table is ANOVA table. This is the ANOVA table. So if you observe the rows, generally in our table, in our example, in our problem, rows are indicating as raters. Columns are indicating as, if you observe, columns are service stations. Is it right? Now if you observe the raters sum of squares or the row sum of squares 280, this is the column sum of squares, this is the total sum of squares. So you know that the identity between the sum of squares is total sum of squares always equals to row sum of squares plus column sum of squares plus error sum of squares, right? So this is unknown quantity. So by this identity equation you easily obtain the error sum of squares. So total sum of squares minus row sum of squares minus column sum of squares, you will get this quantity. Similarly, the degrees of freedom, here how many raters are there? 5 raters are there. So 5 minus 1, why you are deduct 1 is nothing but you are assuming linearity, right? So in the mathematical model, if you observe yij equals to mu plus alpha I plus beta j plus epsilon ij, so where the dependency and independent variables are linear, right? So this is the another one is columns degrees of freedom. How many columns are service stations? 10 service stations are there, 10 minus 1. So here total degrees of freedom is nothing but 50 observations are there, 50 minus 1. Now error degrees of freedom easily obtained by using the identity between the sum of squares. So total sum of squares degrees of freedom minus row sum of squares degrees of freedom minus column sum of squares degrees of freedom, that is 36, right? Mean sum of squares value, f value, this is nothing but the calculated value, and this is nothing but p value and f critical value, right? F critical value. So now how to take a decision about your null hypothesis for rows as well as columns. So in the two-way classification of ANOVA, you formulate two hypotheses, one for raters or the rows, another for service stations or columns, right? So that's why we are getting two critical values or two f calculated values, right? So this is f calculated value, this is f critical value. So if you observe, this value is less than f critical value, is it right? And this value is greater than the f critical value. In the decision rule, f calculated value is less than f table value or the critical value, you accept your hypothesis. Basing on that you have to accept the null hypothesis about raters, but you may reject the null hypothesis about service stations, right? So no need here. Another one is p value. By using directly p value, you can take a decision. If you observe, I already told in my earlier class how to use p value for take a decision. It's very simple. There is a thumb rule is there. If p value is less than 0.05, if p value is less than 0.05, the f value is not significant, which means that you are accepting the null hypothesis, right? Once again, if p value is greater than 0.05, 0.05, the f value is not significant, which means that you accept your null hypothesis. If p value is less than 0.05, the f value is significant, you are rejecting your null hypothesis, right? So if you observe for the second one, it is 5 into e power minus 0.7, which means that 0.000005, right? So it is always less than 0.05. So f value is significant. If value is significant means you reject your null hypothesis. So as usual, by using the manual f calculated value and f critical value, and by using the p value, you are getting the same inferences. At the conclusion, if you observe, there is no variation between the raters, but there is a variation between the service stations, right? I hope you understood how to carry out the two-way ANOVA by using MS Excel with an example. Thank you.